It's just another little town with a bunch of family and crazy friends.
Do all roads lead to Rome, as the saying goes? Maybe they do. In the Adirondack Mountains, some of us feel that all roads lead to Bloomingdale, a charming little brigadoon of a village tucked in the postcard-pretty Saranac River Valley.
Moving on the Franklin County line, little place that seems to be benign.
Time doesn't exactly stand still here, but it moves at a measured pace. Most of the hamlet's several hundred residents like it that way.
I love Bloomingdale, and I love the trip from Saranac Lake to Bloomingdale. Winter or summer, it's beautiful.
I look at it in the fact that the majority of things that make it special here, and primarily the one is the quietness and also the teamwork, the team effort that people come out of the woodwork, in case of an emergency or something like that, or somebody in need. I find that constantly happening. I've loved living in this community.
It's just comfortable, and the people here are very nice.
Bloomingdale's like the best place I have ever lived.
It's a good town to live in. It's a good town to bring kids up. We got a nice ball field and skating rink and youth field in the summertime. I think it's a great place.
You know what? Bloomingdale was just plain awesome.
Growing up seeing the old TV shows, I compare it to Andy of Mayberry, with the kids in the fishing pole going to fish down at Moose Pond. The old country store, which is now closed, but for years that was up and running. It just is visually one of those kinds of communities. The town hall, it just has that hometown feel to it.
I love it here because we have some lilies. They're endangered, so they're pretty rare.
No, it's a good town. I enjoy living here, and I really enjoy this spot here. It's very good. I got a nice garden out in back.
I really like being here in Bloomingdale. It's convenient, it's not crowded, and it's really a good place to be for me.
I like it, yes. And we might have a bear, but I don't think he's going to bother us.
A village called Sumner Forge sprang to life on the banks of Sumner Brook, a tributary of the Saranac River, in the 1840s. In the early days, it comprised little more than a blacksmith's forge, a mill or two, and a cluster of houses. In 1852, the village renamed itself Bloomingdale. The village was located along a stagecoach route from Osable Forks, one that brought visitors from eastern cities to hotels opening for business on the Saranac Lakes. People passing through saw the beauty of Bloomingdale's setting, and some chose to stay. Today, while the rest of the world has grown busier and noisier, Bloomingdale has grown more peaceful. The seasons come and go, the snow falls and the snow melts, and residents find plenty to do to keep busy.
Usually I can just go down to a brook, Sumner Brook, and get fish, but I don't go fishing there because I don't want to lose any more of my lures because I already lost my red devil.
I walk every day. I walk to work, winter and summer, right straight through every year. And I think the winter is the best because you meet more people and they enjoy it. They just love being here.
I love that you can just wake up one day with your family and say, we're going to hike a mountain today, or we're going to go to the lake today. And other parts of the world, they don't have that. You have to plan 4 months in advance. We're going to take a trip to the Adirondacks, and it's going to be amazing. And we just get to live here, and every day we get to wake up and see it right out of our backyards.
I have a patio at my apartment, so we sit out a lot and watch the leaves change.
A lot of wildlife goes through here, deer and turkeys, and we've seen moose tracks. I've never seen the moose, but I've seen the tracks.
I see a bunch of squirrels, chipmunks. There's actually a groundhog under my dad's workshop over there.
You don't see that every day.
Yeah, he doesn't really come out. He's shy.
I love my birds. I have my bird feeder, and I have just about every kind you can imagine coming day in and day out. I don't know how the neighbors feel about it, but I love it.
The woods is the best part. You get to go hike and do whatever. It's freedom. It's freedom at its best.
There it is.
We usually just play wiffle ball, baseball, football, have a lot of fires,
When all is said and done, Bloomingdale on one hand is much like every other small town, but on the other, it's unique.
Well, we have the park now, and that's a beautiful little greenway there with the judge building the kiosk for the Civil War veterans and the benches, and so it's coming around. And my goal is to see Bloomingdale come back to at least a little bit of its splendor from the turn of the century. And as we all know, it used to be bigger than Saranac Lake.
Making the village a great place to live and visit today are the mountains, the woods, the rivers, the lakes, and a mix of singular people. Some have been around since the beginning.
My father had a horse and a plow, and he plowed up everything, and we planted our garden. We planted potatoes right on the front lawn. My mother said, you know, if people go by here, they know an Irishman lives here. So, of course, my father came from Ireland.
I'm the 7th generation to live in Bloomingdale. My great-great-great-great-grandfather founded the town, was one of the founders, and his wife was the first school teacher here. This house that I live in's had 7 generations in it, so yeah, kind of a local.
Others arrived recently, pleased to discover that if they haven't landed in paradise, they've found a place as good as any and maybe a little bit better than most.
There's tons and tons of stuff here that you can't get anywhere else, which makes here really special.
If you watch TV today and look at the floods and the forest fires that other people have, and we're feeling sorry because it got 20 below for 2 or 3 weeks last February. At least we didn't have our house burned down, or no, I can't think of a downside. If I'd had a month to rehearse, I couldn't think of a downside.
Soon my pockets will be green as any maple leaf you've seen, 'cause it's blooming on the Franklin County line. And I'm up here making scale, paying attention to detail, in this little tiny town called Bloomingdale.
Well, I was thinking maybe when I'm older I might open a pickle shop, and I'm gonna name it Bloomingdale.
And the wind blows all the time, and I'm up here making scale in Bloomingdale. Yes, it's Bloomingdale.